Hey guys, today we're going to take a look at the brand new Gen 2 HYDRA, and we're going to take a look at a few different things here. Start with upgrade kits, how they work, swapping between platforms, some of the things you need to be aware of with the nozzles, and then we're going to take a look at the basic installation and some of the really cool new wiring that we have available with the Gen 2 HYDRA for some of these dual stage trigger installations. So, let's jump right in. Upgrade kits. Any Gen 1 HYDRA, Inferno, or SMP, you can buy a Gen 2 HYDRA upgrade kit from your local retailer or from our store at shop.wolverineairsoft.com. You can get it with the nozzle you want for the gun that you're putting it in. And this is all you have to do. You take your Gen 1 HYDRA or whatever other system, unscrew the valve, use a wrench to loosen it if necessary. It shouldn't be necessary. Install it into the back of the Gen 2 HYDRA. And you are done. That easy. So, that is your Gen 2 HYDRA upgrade kit. Do be aware with the Airline on the Gen 2 HYDRA that there is a C-clip on the back here. And you need the opening in the C-clip to line up with the Airline when you install it. So rotate the Airline fitting here till it lines up with the opening in the C-clip, put your Airline on, and then you can rotate this back to whatever position you want and it'll push the C-clip with it. So, but you do want to do that. If you try to tighten it down and you catch on the C-clip, the Airline won't seal properly. So, now let's talk about nozzles. If you want to swap the nozzle on a Gen 2 HYDRA, one thing you do need to be aware of is we use this front bushing plate, which is huge in terms of improving the performance. But that bushing plate, we do have two different bushing plates, each of which cover 3 different nozzle offsets. And some of those offsets work for more than one different nozzle. So for instance, this is a P90 nozzle, but it works with the same offset as the G&G M14. And if you look at the bushing plate, it's actually, that offset is actually labeled G&G M14. So we'll provide a table which you can check what nozzle you want to use, and it'll tell you which bushing position to use. But do be aware of that. If you're switching between nozzles that are not on the same bushing plate, then you might need to get the bushing plate to match your nozzle. So just be aware of that. Definitely check that out. It's very easy to swap. Just 3 screws here. That's also how you index the plate. You rotate it to use a different offset position. With that done, let's go ahead and talk about the installation. So if you ordered a Gen 2 HYDRA kit, you will get, not the upgrade kits, but the complete system. You will get this brand new trigger mechanism for select guns. We have these for P90, for the PDR, and also for the F2000 right now. We are working on some other options as well. But how this works, this is a really sweet little system. You'll get the wire harness, which is a custom wire harness attached, already soldered into your 2 switches for your trigger and selector. And then you'll get this 3D printed little black bracket, and it attaches directly to the gearbox using 2 of the screws that come with the gearbox. You will need to attach the switches to the bracket using the supplied hardware. You can see it has a set of little nuts and screws that attach together and hold the switches onto the bracket. So you need to do that, and then once you get it put together, we're going to go ahead and install it. On the P90, we go through the oblong bushing hole in the gearbox, slide it all the way through, go ahead and pull the yellow and green solenoid wires through after it, and then just gently push the connector through. It will fit, but it's a little snug. Just be gentle, pop it through. So you can see now we have the switch mechanism on the outside and the wire harness and the plug for the solenoid on the inside. Simply plug into your solenoid, place your cylinder in position in the gearbox, tuck your wiring neatly, of course, so that you don't end up pinching a wire. That's always bad. And then we're going to replace the upper half of the gearbox. Again, just checking and being careful that we don't pinch any wires while we do it. And we're going to go ahead and put in a screw here to tighten this down. One other thing I want to mention real quick is the Gen 2 HYDRA does come with this outside O-ring. The function of this is to tighten down, or to allow you to make small, very minor adjustments in the alignment if you want to, by rotating the cylinder. Generally, you're just going to want to check the nozzle and line it up with the center of the opening for the nozzle in the gearbox, and that should be fine. In some cases, you may find that the alignment on your gun is a little off, and that gives you a way to make at least minor adjustments. And all you do is you loosen up. You can rotate the cylinder a little bit. There's not a lot of rotation, but you got a little bit there, just to let you make real slight adjustments. So we're just going to center it up right about there and tighten it down. Now, the switch mechanism is held on by 2 screws. Simply install the screws. Don't over tighten them because you're tightening down on plastic, which does not want to hold a lot of compressive force from the screws. And there's no need to over tighten them, just snug them down nicely like that. And you are done. That's it. That easy. Really is just a drop-in installation. You'll notice we didn't reinstall the motor cage. We generally don't on P90s. If you need to for some reason, maybe it's helping with holding it stable in your gun or something, you need to drill the line for the Airline through the motor cage. But otherwise, you're done. All we got to do at this point is drill 1 hole for the Airline. Check our Gen 1 video, which we will reference here for you on the positioning of that hole for the Airline. And all we're going to do is thread the Airline through first, slide the gearbox in, and there we go. You just install your back plate to hold your gearbox in position, and you're all set. So, you can see the wire harness is nice and short. It'll tuck right up where it should. Really, really nice and pretty simple installation here. And again, we offer these on a few different platforms with the prefabricated trigger mechanism, and we are working on more because we're trying to make it as simple as possible for you guys. So, thanks for watching. Leave us your questions or comments in the comments section below. And as always, give us a follow on Instagram, a like on Facebook, and be sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel so you can get more great videos like this and lots of other fun content from Wolverine Airsoft.